MrHolster here, just having a little coffee in that tack room this morning. Afraid to let a fly in the tack room. It's annoying me to death. I thought I'd talk this morning about what happened yesterday. My wife and I were down at the original shooting range, and she was shooting her Glock. No, excuse me. I was shooting my Glock 19. She was shooting her SIG P250 compact, which she really likes that gun, and she outshot me, by the way. Shot very well. I was shooting really poorly with that Glock 19, but I haven't shot it in all summer long, pretty much. So I thought it was a good idea. She wanted to go down and shoot that and work with her on her presentation and her draw. So we did that. We worked on her presentation, her draw, and so forth. And then we just, for fun, shot after that. And she kept that thing. I measured, and we were shooting at 10 yards and 50 feet, and she never went beyond 3/4 of an inch spread with that gun. Yeah. So there you go. But we were discussing that because I've had her shooting different guns. If you're on my Patreon account, you know she shot you saw her on YouTube shooting that Glock 21 with a 10mm conversion. We had a little competition with the Shockwaves last week. That's on Patreon, and she shot the Ruger EC9S. I think that's what it's called, the little pocket pistol, 9mm pocket pistol Ruger makes. And of course she's shot all the revolvers that I have, and I think that's about it that we were shooting if you don't bring the rifles into it. And we were having this discussion. She was saying how much she liked her gun, and she really didn't have any desire to shoot any of my other guns. She just wants to shoot her own gun. And I said, well, I get it, because that's what you should do. Be one with a gun, which by the time we're done, she's going to be very good with that gun, because she's starting out better than me. All we got to do is get her presentation and her speed up to snuff, and yeah, she's going to be something else. We had this discussion, being one with a gun, and that's good. You pick the gun, that's the gun she likes, she shoots it well, and that's what she wants to concentrate on, which is what she should do. But I said, you got to shoot my other guns, because I've got a good representation of all the different types of firearms you're going to run into, and you really need to know how to use them proficiently, not well, like she's going to be with that gun when she gets done, that SIG P250. But you got to know how to use them proficiently within, at least at 10 yards, be able to get them on target. Even though that's not the gun you carry, that's not the gun you use, you need to know how to use all the different types. Now, the one she's got is a P250, which is a double action only. I call it a square revolver. And she shoots that well. She also shoots every one of the revolvers that in that same fashion that we've shot, because all my revolvers are double action only or single action. So if you can shoot a double action only with that kind of proficiency, you're going to have no problem shooting a single action proficiently. But that being said, she needs to know how to operate, like the SIG 220 I had, the double action, single action, or any of the striker fired firearms. 1911, a single action you'd carry cocked and locked. She needs to know how they operate and be able to shoot them, have shot them enough that she could use them if she had to in an emergency, or let's say a pickup type situation where she had to use someone else's firearm. Be at least knowledgeable on how they function and be able to shoot it. And that was the discussion we had. But right at the moment, I'm going to lay off of trying to force other guns down her throat and let her do her thing with the 250, because she's really starting to embrace it and getting good with it. And I think she's going to be really good by the time we're done working for the next couple months. I think by the time the snow flies, she's going to be very good with that firearm. Well, there you go, guys. That's what I wanted to talk about, is being one with your gun, being zen and one with that gun, and very proficient with the firearm you use. But also you need to get just general knowledge about all handguns that are out there. Thanks for tuning in. From Mr. Holster and Jack, go out and stay safe. That's 5 minutes of your life you'll never, ever, ever, ever get back again.